Quickly, any 50-50s for you, Guti?
Okay, this is a good one. Okay, and by the time this comes out, the word will be out. I guess it's becoming this whole like decision making thing. LeBron kind of status. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Um, or Kobe did it too. Rest in peace. He did it too in high school. What Okay, so Ricardo Pepi, 18-year-old for the FC Dallas. I mentioned before. Um, there's news that, or there's like Twitter rumors that the U.S. is putting him on the World Cup qualifier roster, but there's also rumors on Twitter that Tata is going to have him on the roster as well, and that's going to be this big surprise tomorrow, Thursday, August 26th. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I can see him declining both and give himself more time. That's also an option for him. It's between picking the two. It's always the safest is to go for the U.S. and because he can always switch back to Mexico. He can always switch to Mexico, not switch back because to switch it'd have to be the official thing. So I think it's a tough decision. We talked in depth last week about these kind of decisions, and this kid, he's a 19-year-old kid. I think both of these federations decide to make the move to put the pressure on him, but he doesn't necessarily have to take the pressure of it. And I'm going to try to just keep everything we talked about last week. His decision is going to be whatever it is his, and he has the option to pick one or just back out and say no to both at the time. I mean, I can see why both teams are doing it because they both rate him pretty highly, but for him, you got to do what's best for him. Whatever it is, where his heart lies.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be cool to see. I mean, it's gonna be like it's just to me, I like it. We talked about it a lot last episode, but I really do like the fact that the Mexican American player is getting a shot to play for Mexico. I mean, I know like, oh no, but he's not from Mexico. It's like stop. That's like doesn't make any sense, right? So like, I think for Mexico, in order, just got to keep that pool open, right? Keep that pool open to players. And if for example, like I don't think Efrain Alvarez is worthy of playing on the Mexican national team. I really don't think he's there. Not on the senior team. I'm sorry. And he's been giving like these calls, and I feel like that does just literally like, or whoever's calling him is really trying to stress the fact that he is like capable of being there. But I can name like, or not right now, but I'm pretty sure we could brainstorm 10 or 20 players that should play instead of him in the Liga MX, guys that are 20, 23, whatever, guys that play in Santos, Atlas, any team, Puebla. And I feel like I don't want it to become this thing where like, let's just call these guys so US doesn't have them. It's like if they're not in the plans for the national team, if they're not in like an action, if you really don't think they're going to be called, for a good amount of their careers, like, one or two World Cup cycles, I really don't see the point of doing it, So I hope that a player like Pepe, I do think he is dope. I really do want him out of all of them. So I do hope that I hope they do give him a chance. And if he wants to play for Mexico, the doors are open. If he doesn't want to play for Mexico, it's not a big deal because he wasn't playing for them anyways. So whatever.
Yeah, and I'm with you that both federations should not be going after players or try to cut ties these players early on just to have them, just to kind of keep them. Because at the end of the day, these players are still people, and these are decisions that are supposed to mean a lot for them. So I hope both of these federations are doing this because they want the player, and having a bigger pool is great, having a bigger pool, but just to cup tie these players, just to kind of just keep them away from the other one. I'm with you on that. That's the stuff I don't want to see from either federation because, I just don't want to see that because I think the representation of who you want to play with, it should be who you want and not because an opportunity came up. But if an opportunity comes up later and you want to take because you feel it's not coming from the other one, then go ahead. But that's more of the players deciding instead of the federations just trying to collect them like they're Pokemon.
Yeah, I do want to know what the heck Tata's telling these guys because it's pretty cool to think. I don't know if it's Tata or Gerardo Torrado. I don't know who it is making these calls, but it's like I would imagine like, okay, if Tata approaches you and Ben Halter approaches you, Tata could probably tell you like, bro, I know this guy, and this guy. So if you come over here we'll make that call, man. Like, you'll go to Europe. You know, like, I just feel like that could convince, you know, if he goes to your living room and talks to you, I just feel like he has a little more weight. But I just want to know who's doing these, you know, who's doing these talks and who's trying to convince these guys to come over. I mean, I think those players, we know where they want to be, but I think they're just probably thinking like, okay, are they trying to cap time me? You know, are they trying to like do me wrong like that? I mean, US did it to Yarbrough, you know, a young kid that, you know, is a Mexican kid who's been in Mexico his whole life, born and raised, and like they cap tie him, and now like no one's calling him. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, dude. So, you know, but we'll see.
Yeah,
See what happens.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right. I got 150-50, make it nice and easy. Do you have routines? My 50-50 routines. Do you have any routines when you like travel that is there a coffee spot you always hit up? Is there is there a book you always bring? You got any routines for you for when you travel?
Yeah. So my wife hates it because I always pack all my electronics first. Like, the electronics to me are huge before even my toothbrush, but it's like iPad, you know, phones, chargers, I mean, AirPods, my laptop. I mean, I like having my technology. I feel like it's one of the routines I like to have, that like if I'm traveling, especially in a plane, I like to have those moments where like I can't do anything else but enjoy the technology, you know, like, because if I'm at home and I'm on the laptop, I could be doing things, you know, I could be doing stuff around the house, or with my son, or whatever. For school, I have, you know, do my master's degree, so different things that I could be doing. Um, so it's just like being, you know, kind of like that routine of like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do all this right here. I have a chance to kind of play on my electronics. Um, yeah, so that's kind of the routine I have. Literally, that's I really do. I do that, and I pack my stuff and I'm ready to go. And I love getting, you know, I love buying coffee when I'm out of town. And yeah, that's pretty much my routine. That's the biggest thing I do for sure.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I just do what every Mexican does. I get up 2 hours before. I'm ready. I want to be at the airport 3 hours early. Um, Triple, double check. You know what I mean? I'm at the gate an hour and I'm trying to get into the gate about an hour and a half. Once I'm there, I'm like, whew, I can
Yeah,
relax.
try to find the charger, the little chair that has a charger on it.
Yeah,
I don't like the I rather like, I hate flying, so I do like flying, but I don't like long flights. Does that make sense? Because I've done Europe a couple times, whatever. But like, I like a 1 or 2 hour flight. I just, everything after that is like, oh my god, you know, sitting in these little seats, and the whole process of going to the airport is, I hate that. That part is a hot mess to me. Like, I don't like the check in and having to go 2 hours. Like, all the time wasted traveling is kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, other than that, once I'm in the plane, I kind of like dreaming that I'm like, I have an important job that I have to go to. You know, like, I'm going somewhere, man. I gotta go. I got a meeting somewhere. So that's me.
all right. Well, there you have it, people. Big fan of coffees, not fan of long trips,
No.
uh, electronics, early flights. There you go. That's what you got in this week's episode of Football Theory. Guti, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You did some flexibility for me on a busy day, so I appreciate you. And
Heck yeah.
thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, we're head out. Thank you, everybody.